And what you're gonna understand is that as you actually read the Bible, it's gonna be about this God who creates everything good in Genesis 1 and 2. And then in Genesis 3, mankind is going to sin, and it's going to wreck everything. And that sin literally separates us from God. So God's heart is that we would know him. God's heart is that we would be near to him. Sin separates us from that. And if we stay in that sinful state separated from God, then what we deserve is actually an eternity separated from God, which is hell. And if that sounds like that's too much of a punishment, then you don't understand how significant that sin issue is. Sin is so bad that someone had to die for us, but God tells this beautiful story throughout the pages of Scripture of him who is a God who loves us so much he was willing to die for us. The Bible is this story of the lengths God's willing to go, not to just throw us away in Genesis 3, but to start this massive rescue plan where God shows off his glory and his majesty and his plans and his purposes. And he teaches us all this stuff that culminates in this man named Jesus Christ, who is God, who steps out of heaven and puts on flesh and lives a sinless life. He dies on the cross, not for his sins, but for ours, paying the penalty that we deserve. He dies, is buried, rises the third day, overcoming sin, death, and hell. And now he's ascended to God. He's at the right hand of the Father. And what God is doing right now is beckoning people like us to respond to that message in faith, to receive God's forgiveness. And in so doing, God has made a way for us to come back into a proper relationship with him like he designed for us in Genesis 1 and 2.